Hello, everybody. This is Cal Zerdi, founder of Fearless Transformation. Today, I'm going to talk to you about the topic punctuality. What's the first thing comes to mind when you think of punctuality? I'll tell you what I comes to my mind. It comes to me as somebody with a stick. Okay, this is too big of a stick. It's more like a stick. Like, bad boy, you're late. Bad boy, you didn't deliver your homework on time. Okay, so I don't know how many of you would share the same of what I think of punctuality, but that kept me resentful, rebellious later, and I just, as a result, I suffered from reaching higher goals, making connections with people, lost business opportunities, respect for others, for me, and and until I learned from a coach once that I was late twice for his sessions, and he says, Cal, when you are, because I was apologizing, and that was the default mode. I'll apologize when I'm late, and people are nice, they accept it. But then he said, when you are showing up late for others, that means you are disrespecting other people's time. That means you disrespect your own time. And it never occurred to me that way. If he said, if you respect your time, then you want to disrespect other people's time. And I started looking at my life and where am I disrespecting my own time? And I realized that I'm spending a lot of time, doing the things that are urgent and important, or urgent and not important, but are the things that are urgent that keeps me in the fire zone, putting fires down, running because I have no choice, being at the choice. I didn't have the choice in the matter of my life. I was more of, life doing it upon me rather than life is doing it for me. So as a result, I was more stressed, I was more resentful, I was become more snappy, I don't have enough time, impatience, right? I fall off commitments I make with people. I lose face, I feel bad, I have to apologize. I'd spend that energy, you know on apologizing and kind of like, making making ends meet, rather than, creating opportunities in my life and be able to, attract the right people that respect me and be able to want to work with me and associate with me, be friends with me, whatever, right? So that's first thing, is respect. Is you're being punctual, you're respecting other people's time because you respect your own time, and which would allow you to respect the mission that you're serving. Okay. So and and when we are not committing to our word, that means we are lacking integrity in what we say, and that's the only thing that we hold or we can take with us, right? We're not taking anything else with us but our word. Our word creates our world, and that's what we leave it behind, and that's how we can create, is through our word. But when we have lack of integrity, certain things, those values being broken, that means that you are not whole and complete, because there's something that's missing. So that's why I invite, myself to look at areas in my life that I'm out of integrity, and having to complete that by making new promises that I fulfill on, not just apologizing. I know a lot of folks, it's like, I'm sorry, yes, I apologize, but then this keeps happening again and again. So it's important to put it in place through being consistent about it, right? So the consistency piece is key to motivate you to be punctual, and and over time. So at times where I tried it for a month, for two. I was writing my to-do list every morning. At the end of the day, I journal what the wins and the losses, and then I fall off the wagon. For example, that's just one technique that I use, right, regarding time management. So and then I bring back myself up when I fall off the wagon. Yeah, when I'm in pain, I was like, oh, I need to go back and start doing the things that was working. So, and it's okay. We are creatures of habit. So we fall, we dust ourselves, and then we come back up and we start doing these, rituals that's helping us to become more punctual. Some of them I'm going to be sharing with you here today, things that are working for me. So, what is punctuality? It's, for me, it's commitment to a mission that I'm serving. Okay, for my clients, to help them grow, to salespeople, to help them make more money without being pushy or whatever, right? For my family, is being there for them, the rock, right? For my relationship is, being to help my partner to grow and to blossom and to be happy, right? So in business, for my team, is to help my team grow through helping my business to grow by reaching out to more people and helping more people to grow, right? So it's about growth. So what is, your the mission that you're serving? You must look at it. Does it mean something to you? Does it resonate with you? Does it sit well with you, right? Do you see yourself in it, as part of it, as part of this mission? If the answer is no, or there hesitation, I invite you to step back up, and it's okay to take a look at the mission that you're serving. And you may find yourself that if you're not connected to it, maybe it's time for you to jump ships, to look at a different mission that makes more sense, that you resonate with you, because so that you can give of full of yourself into the mission, rather than just doing the bare minimum just to get a paycheck. Right? Because time is the most valuable asset we own. It's a crime to invest our time in something that we're not fulfilled in, or it's not meaningful enough for us, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So some skills to share with you, some skills that help me out. The first one is it's a buffer zone, creating a buffer zone. And no, you didn't see that, right? Okay. So a buffer zone between my appointments, between my deliverables, between my projects, not to slam everything in 1 month, having them spread out. I ask, by when you want this to be due? I kind of like extend, so learn how to ask that question. By when this is the deadline? And then give yourself a buffer zone 3 days, 4 days before the deadline, depending on the project you're working in, right? And also between the task, between the appointment, between the meetings, give yourself a buffer zone, time for you to breathe, some to pick up a phone, to put a fire down if it comes up, because you cannot control it. Yeah. So a buffer zone is very important. It worked out well for me. Saying no, I'm a yes man, and when I started my journey of growth, I was saying yes to life, whatever comes my way. I still do, but I now have a filter that I learned how to say no to certain things that are not aligned 100% with my purpose and my mission. Okay, so learning how to say no. There are certain ways you can say no without coming across as not a team player. Go to one of my videos that I've talked about that, how to say no without being not a team player, and help you to say no. You can learn how to delegate. You can offer other ways, or you can postpone. But certain things that are not important, that you can say no to, and it's not urgent, you can learn how to say no to it. And there's a way how to do that. Okay, so learning how to say no, not to say yes to everything. Most of the problem happens with lack of punctuality is we overcommit, and as a result we under deliver, because we only have so much time in the day. Last but not least, this skill is called caging. I cage myself in things that are important to me. I block it in my calendar. When I was writing my book, I have it like once a week for 2 hours. I just gonna write. Okay. When I was working on learning marketing for my business, I had to schedule weekly hours so that I can go through that. When I was training and developing myself in areas that I was growing in, and I was watching certain videos for certain times in a week, right? Certain days. So cage myself. When I'm putting my first event, I put it out and I announce it. Now I cage myself, have to deliver. So cage yourself with projects that are important to you, and block it. Meaning during this time, there's no phone calls, there's no emails, there's just you and what's important to you. I hope that served you. To summarize, punctuality, it is not the stick being punishment, okay? Punctuality is not the stick. Punctuality is freedom, okay? When you have all that, you have the freedom to invest your time in the things that are fulfilling to you, on your terms, okay? On your terms, at minimum on your terms. Even if it's not fulfilling at times, but at least it's on your terms, okay? Not having to put fire down all the time. Okay, when you're respecting yourself, you're respecting other people's time, you become more punctual, having integrity around what you say you're going to do, by when, and if something comes up, learn how to communicate, postpone, and doing that on a consistent period of time is going to provide you that freedom. The commitment to the mission is going to keep you moving forward despite of all the challenges your way, and some of the skills you can learn, the techniques. Buffer zone between meetings, between deliverables, learning how to say no to the things that are not high priority, is not as important, and cage yourself in the things that are important to you. That's going to help you grow and live life on your terms. Okay, I hope that served you. My challenge to you between now and next month is to look at your calendar and put buffer zones between your meetings, And whenever you're asked to do something or have something to be delivered or responsibility to take on, ask by when it's due, by when can I deliver this, right? So expand expand the time that you have available for you, and put one thing on your calendar, cage yourself in something that's important to you that you've been putting on the back burner, something that's going to help you grow, that is important but not urgent. Until then, till next month, be fearless, only love. Cheers.